I think 12,000 people is a pretty damn healthy crowd. Call me crazy, folks. Call me nuts. I think that's a pretty good crowd. The president had a big rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the misinformation is just everywhere. You know, it's stunning. Like I said, Paula likes politics, but not like me. She's not, like I'm like a tick in politics. I'm like embedded in the skin of politics, and it's my life all the time. It drives her crazy, and practically, frankly speaking, most of the people around me most of the time. But even she said this week, you think that Trump, who turned out on the low end 6,000 people, on the high end 12,000. I'll get to that in a minute, why there's a disparity in the numbers, by the way. You would think people would say, my gosh, in the middle of a media COVID scaremongering, say, oh my gosh, if you go to this thing, you're going to die. Go to the protest, by the way, the police protest, but don't go to, if you go to this, you'll definitely die. The virus knows the difference, according to leftist media types, Joe. The virus will not infect you, according to the media, if you go to one of these protests. I say laughingly because that's their coverage. But if you go to a Trump rally, you are definitely going to die. No doubt about it. So instead of focusing on the fact that, hey, listen, the turnout wasn't what they expected, but they got a pretty darn good crowd, between 6,000 and 12,000 people. What's the story? Oh my gosh, it's over. It's over. It's, Joe, time number 57,422. This is it for Trump. Right? Do I have the number right, or is it 57,567? Not sure. Oh, no. Joe, listen, I know I give you a lot of, this is your new job, to keep track of how many times the media, mark it today, 57,482 or whatever number I just said, and we'll count upwards sequentially from there. It's now definitely over for Trump. Well, what happened? Well, let's get to the real story first. And the real story is this. There is absolutely no excitement about Joe Biden whatsoever. Now, the media, including, Chris Wallace as well, who went after Mercedes Schlapp on this, what I didn't think was particularly a well-done interview at all, just my opinion there. Chris Wallace went after Mercedes Schlapp for comparing Trump's rallies to Biden's rallies. Hold on a second here. Why is that an irrelevant talking point? Joe, last time I checked, you have voted in presidential elections, correct? You understand?
Yes, I have, Dan.
Okay, thank you. Voting in presidential elections outside of like Ross Perot and stuff is largely a binary choice. Republican, Democrat. What, John Anderson, we haven't had many serious third-party candidates. So outside of Ross Perot, elections are generally binary. A or B. Why is it irrelevant for Mercedes Schlapp to have brought up? I mean, Chris Wallace at Fox got genuinely upset that Mercedes Schlapp brought this up. Like, you're criticizing our crowd size, and you're not bringing up the fact that our opponent has like 10 people at his rally and 6 are family members. Like, isn't that important? It's a binary choice. So as always, we bring the photo evidence. So if you'd like to watch, youtube.com/Bongino. But don't worry, if you're not watching and you are an audio listener only, I will describe to you the Joe Biden rally. If you will place up the picture, Miss Paula, please. Here is the Joe Biden. Hold on, Joe. It's going to take a while. There's a photo on the screen. Those watching, you can see it. Keep this up for a minute. Miss Paula, please. For you audio listeners at home on the radio, there's a photo on our YouTube channel on the screen. Now, Joe Biden speaking at a, I don't know what to call this, Joe. Is this a rally? What is this? Is this a listening session? A coffee clutch? What exactly are we looking at?
Like it.
Yeah, right? I mean, we're looking at Biden at a podium. I see a translator off to his left that looks like someone doing sign language. That's great. That's good. You know, some people have problems with their hearing. That's fair. I see about 2 people. Let's be generous, Joe. Let's double it. Let's say there's 4 people there. I'll tell you what, right? Let's times it by 10. There were 20 people at the Biden rally. 20. Let's say, I'm being generous, folks. I heard there were really 10, but let's say there were 2. Let's say there were 40. This guy's really packing them in, folks. He's really packing them in. I see 2. I just want that noted, but it is kind of an angled shot. So there could be 10 times more and there could be 20 people there. Here's a photo of Trump's rally. The media is so, oh my gosh, nobody showed up. The place was empty. This was terrible. Now, yes, are there some empty seats up top? Yeah. I don't know how many I count because there's too many damn people in the picture. You're not, damn people. I love you. I'm just upset about this. Like, this is the photo on the screen. Paula, can you count? She's shaking her head. No, of course she can't, because there's too many people in the picture. Paula says, and yes, we can confirm, there are more than 10 people in the picture. Joe, can you double confirm that for us, please?
Yeah, I'll notarize that. Yep.
Thank you. Joe will know. Joe is not an official notary, but he is the Dan Bongino Show notary. Are you official? No, you're not, correct? Okay.
No, I'm not.
But you are the official notary of the Dan Bongino Show. So we can confirm that the Trump rally had likely somewhere between 600 times the turnout and 1,200 times the turnout of Joe Biden's 10 to 20 people at his rally. But again, let's make the talking point, because we're media lunatics, about, oh my gosh, Trump was expecting 1 million people. They weren't. And only 6,000 to 12,000 people showed up. Now, why is this nonsense? Listen to me. I'm not a journalist. Don't insult me by ever calling me a journalist. We do facts. We do investigative reporting. Journalism has become a slur, and I refuse to accept that. So please don't ever call me a journalist. But we do facts here. What's bothering me about this is not that President Trump and the rally, it underperformed in terms of crowd size. No question about it. Fine, that's a fact. But the question here as well is, put that in context of this election. Again, you have one candidate here whose rally, or whatever it was, about 10 to 20 people showed up. You had another who, at the lowest crowd estimate we have, 6,000. The highest was 12,000. There's the pay. Thank you. We got a split screen up with both photos. Had 6,000 people show up in the middle of an economic recession and media scare tactics telling them we're all going to die. Kind of, the context matters, does it not? Doesn't matter, the media. Now, why does this story bother me more? And here's the inside baseball. Because the Secret Service, where I used to work, as many of you know, I'm sorry to keep saying, I don't mean to annoy you to death, but it's relevant to this. We have this thing called the flow rate at magnetometers. Flow rate, the flow and the number of people who go through the magnetometers. Why is that relevant? Because in order to access a Trump rally, you have to pass through a magnetometer, a metal detector. So if anyone has an accurate count of the number of people in the event, around the event, and in the secure zone who showed up, it would be the Secret Service. They don't lie. They're not interested in lying about the crowd size or the numbers. That's not what they do. They would be embarrassed. The Secret Service estimates the crowd at 12,000 people, maybe not inside, but maybe within the secure perimeter. So just to be clear, if Joe Biden had 12 people at the rally, 1,000 times the number of people showed up for President Trump's rally than Joe Biden's, whatever that was, his Starbucks coffee clutch. And we're supposed to take from that Trump's a total failure, the election's over, and Joe, time number 52,487, I keep screwing it up. I don't even know what number it is. That Trump is definitely done this time. That's the takeaway. Again, a fair analysis of this, which we'll do on a serious note. Yes, the crowd wasn't what it was at prior rallies, which is probably understandable given the fact that the left tried to sabotage it, which I'll get to in a minute. We still have the coronavirus, and there's an economic recession going on, and Black Lives Matter and some Antifa people threaten to basically beat the crap out of people who showed up at the rally, given their past history, Antifa, with assaulting people at Trump rallies. I think 12,000 people is a pretty damn healthy crowd. Call me crazy, folks. Call me nuts. I think that's a pretty good crowd.
You just heard Dan Bongino.